Happy October, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name is Samantha Galloway. If you're new here, I want to invite you to subscribe so you can see more tutorials and hit that bell to never miss out on one, because there will be more. Today I'm going to share with you guys how I successfully found tea stain paper. So what you're going to need is some black tea, 2 small cups, hot water, paper, a safe work area, and a drying area. I made mine from taped together paper bags. You can also use clothespins and hang dry if you want to, but beware, you may leave pinch marks on your paper. Start off by heating up your water and put 2 tea bags in 1 cup. You want the tea bag to be concentrated with pigment, so just enough water to steep it is perfect. Now we're going to move our tea over to our work area and get our paper ready. I am personally using cardstock. You can use regular paper if you want to. A texture you can apply to your paper before you stain it is to crumple it. So you can easily achieve this with multiple pages at once by pressing it over a bed like so. All right, now that we have everything in place and our tea is successfully steeped, because we can see the color at the bottom, we can start to stain. When you grab your tea bag, do not squeeze any tea out. You want the pigment to be strong and concentrated. So you rub your paper to stain it. When you run out of tea, you replace the bag, and then you grab a new one, hence why we have 4 different tea bags. You can drip your tea onto your paper to give it an effect, like a splatter effect. Make sure you do it first on the white paper and let it soak in a minute before covering and staining the rest of the paper. You can also draw pictures or sigils if you want on the paper. Another trick is to sprinkle cinnamon on the paper while it's freshly wet and let that dry completely. It gives it kind of like a reddish dust effect. I'll show you that on some of my paper at the end of this video. Now we're going to flip our paper over and do the other side. So another technique is the dabbing technique. This creates big splatter marks on your paper, kind of like the dripping technique. One tip that I do want to share with you guys that I feel like is very important is to dry off your mat in between flipping your paper over. I did not do this and ruined some of the effects that I was trying to achieve on my paper. So definitely dry your mat off in between. Another method that I end up trying to stain multiple pages at one time was to give the pages a bath, so to say. For me, this did not work. It did not get the desired color that I wanted, even after soaking the pages for up to 20 minutes. I did not try this on regular paper though, because I was using cardstock. I feel that the 2-cup method, even though tedious, is way better. So these are some of the pages that I had previously stained prior to making this video. This is the cinnamon before I had scraped it off, and this was a crumple one. It's not quite dry, so you can't really see it. If you can tell, the lighter ones here, like this one that I'm holding, are some of the ones that I bathed. So they didn't turn out as dark as this one. I really like the crumple effect the best, I think. If you want your pages to be nice and flat to eventually print on or use in a book, I would recommend to stack them all together and then lay a heavy book on top of them to flatten them out. I ended up using my tea stain paper to print out pages for my grimoire on, and I really, really like the way that it turned out. Like, the detail is so amazing. This is on cardstock, but these two are ones that I tested out on regular paper first. I feel like with the regular printer paper, you don't have to use so much tea and saturate the page, but because I wanted thicker cardstock, I had to use more tea. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you guys go and make your own tea stain paper. If you do, comment how your experience went. Tag me in a photo on Instagram if you do. I would love to see it. There will be more tutorials, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified and don't miss any. I hope you guys have a wonderful October and a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, by the way, this last page is how the cinnamon turned out on the paper.